Hello friends, my name is Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I am going to be doing a coastal cottage in The Sims 4. If you are familiar with the world of Bedlington Bay, you would know that there is one starter home in the world that's pre-built, and that is where I'm building this home today. I was trying to imagine this home as an upgraded version of the previous existing home. Like the Sims moved into that original home, but they've since gotten married, had twin toddlers, and they needed a little bit of a upgrade when it came to this space. And so I in the office now, I wanted to make a little nook for work or for skill building. And so I do put a chess table in this room, a bookshelf, and there are easels scattered throughout the house. So we are just going to be adding those items. I made this office space kind of a last minute addition to the house, and so I didn't fully like plan out where these items were going to go before I started to record. And so you're just going to be putting a lot of coastal pictures into this home. If you stay towards the end of the video during the screenshots, you'll see that the kitchen has a lovely view of the ocean, and I think that was really, really cool. So we are going to be adding a guitar. I did forgot to mention this earlier. And this home is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but built on a 20 by 20 lot, I'm pretty sure. All the information will be down in the description if you want to play in this home. So we are just going to be working on the kitchen space now, and you can see I have these big large picture windows so your Sims can see the backyard and see the ocean. And I did use these counters. They're from the base game, and they're honestly not my favorite, but I was thinking with this home being upgraded that these counters still work, and they are a little bit more of an upgrade than what was originally in this house. And so we are going to be kind of figuring out right now if there's enough space for a proper dining room area. I decided to forego the proper dining room area because your Sims will eat wherever they want to eat, and I do try to go for proper dining room areas, but the size of this house didn't really call for a proper dining area. And so we are going to be adding some upper counters and going to be adding just all the kitchen essentials. And I do originally have planned for this kitchen to have 3 bar stools, and it's because at the point of recording this video I was thinking it'd be a set of parents and a child, and so it made sense to have 3 different bar stools or 3 individual bar stools. And I do also have space prepared for a dog. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. And so we are just going to be adding a pet bowl for the dog. And I was wanting to add 2 pet bowls. It just seemed kind of crowded, and so I decided to just keep it with 1 pet bowl. I do move the island to be back in the center of the room a little bit later, and so now we are in the living room. This is a fairly large living room, so if you do want to have a proper dining space with a table, you can possibly have that area in this room. And so I did want to have a fireplace in this area because of the exterior chimney. It's not in the exact space as the chimney, but at least it's not on the opposite side of the house. So I thought that was close enough for a fireplace, and I was now trying to figure out the space for the like couches. I wanted to have like end tables on the sides, and so we're just going back into the kitchen to add some artwork, and this very basic artwork. I was trying to go for like an updated cottage in this house, and we're still trying to figure out a place for the fireplace. I do put it on this back wall by the back door, and that is its permanent spot. So now we are just kind of focusing in on the living room space. This area does have an art easel. You'll see that later on. And the reason why I want to do a coastal cottage is because I've kind of forgotten about most of these items in the cats and dogs pack. And when I asked my friend 2 videos ago if I could make the friend Sims a house, the friend's like, yeah, I only have these 2 packs. Is that okay? I'm like, that's great. And it's no pack shame if you only have 2 packs. It honestly helps me, who has a good amount of packs, to like kind of like focus in on like packs I don't usually use. And so that was kind of like the inspiration for this build, is using specifically just cats and dogs and the base game. So we are just going to be working on this little nook space. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted, and so I'm kind of distracting myself and postponing it by adding a lot of art. And so we are just going to be back in the office space and going to just be adding some art. I do add one piece of like art that kind of reminded me of this piece in the living room, just obviously just because it has a big white fluffy dog in it in both pictures. And so now we're making a little play corner for the toddlers. At this point, still, I was imagining that would just be for a child, but I still wanted to have a play area. In real life, sometimes parents like to have their kids in a designated spot while they're cooking, and I figured that this would be like an easy eyesight for the parents while they're cooking to like look through the beautiful arched way into the play area. And this is also one of the reasons why I wanted to do a home just using cats and dogs, is because I didn't want to use medium wall height for my friend's Sims build, but I really wanted to use these arched windows or arched doorways. And so we are just going to be adding a little bit of kids artwork. I thought it'd be kind of funny to like add some like kids drawings on the walls, like maybe the parents were a little too invested in their cooking and they forgot to like check on the kids for a little bit, and so they drew on the walls. And so we are just going to be finishing up this area. It's going to be adding just a few things onto the coffee table and going to be heading outside. This area is very simple because there's not much space to decorate. I just have a grill, a picnic table, and a few dog agility course items for your Sims to practice their dog training skills with. And so you see we're just gonna be adding a few balls as well. And I was going to add some like toddler stuff out here, but there's not really much like outdoor toddler stuff unless you have the toddler pack, and that's like $10. So if you want to like have your Sims playing with slides or a ball pit, I would recommend it. I mean, there's also some like cute little outfit choices. So we are just going to be adding in a bathtub. This is like the main level bathroom that the toddlers would be using, and that's one reason why I decided to have toddlers instead of a child, is because of this first floor bathroom. Some toddlers are kind of hard to get around if they don't have a high motor skill, and so I feel like it made sense to have toddlers on this first floor and then have like the primary suite upstairs. Again, sorry for hitting the microphone. So we are just going to be going into the toddler's room. You can see I've already added the beds. I chose a blue bedding for them because I wanted it to match the walls, and we're just gonna be adding this cute little puppy wallpaper, dog inspired wallpaper, and now we're just going to be kind of like figuring out what else to add into this room. It was like kind of nice to have like that like play corner in the living room, but I didn't want to like make another play corner in the toddler's bedroom. And I know high chairs are hard to play with. You can see I'm adding them now, but I wanted it to be kind of realistic, and so that's why I decided to add the high chairs. And you can see I took away that third countertop and the chairs because now I decided it's so many toddlers. But if you want to have not toddlers in this space, it'd be very easy to just kind of get rid of the high chairs and put in two more counters or one more counter in that space. And so we are just going to be adding some curtains. Wanted the curtains to be cohesive throughout the room, and I wanted to have a reading corner instead of a play corner in this room. So we are just going to be adding some stuffed animals that the toddlers can interact with, and now I'm going to be adding the reading corner. So this area is just very small. I feel like it made sense to have a reading corner in this room since it is kind of long, and if your Sims ever grow up, it would be kind of easy to split the room up between like two different styles or two different themes because of the size of this room. I feel like this room gives off like kind of like a classic nursery vibes, and that's kind of what I wanted for this house. It's like a cottage, but it's like updated, and so we are going to be going on to the second floor now, which is just the primary bedroom, bathroom, and two balconies. You're right, you heard that right. Two balconies. There's one door through the bathroom, one door through the bedroom. I couldn't decide which side of the house the balcony would look best on. I feel like the front of the house kind of broke up a lot of the roof, but the back of the house has the view of the ocean. So that's why I decided to have two balconies in this house. And so we are going to be working on the like actual bedroom part. Now you can see I picked out a bed and some side tables. I feel like having that like ocean picture made sense to have in a house right next to the ocean, and it just looked kind of classic, like very like old painting looking. And so we are just going to be adding different items onto the desks, and now we're going to be adding a window bench. This is another item that I wanted to add into my friend's house, but I couldn't find the perfect space for that. And I do try to keep everything in this cohesive blue color. It does help that most of these items are from the cats and dogs pack. And now we are in the backyard balcony area, and this is the area that made most sense to have a portrait, or not portrait, like an art easel. So your Sims can paint pictures of the ocean if they want. I was kind of imagining a creative sim would be in this space with the amount of art easels I put in, and I just wanted to add a cute little sitting area. And now we are in the primary bathroom. So this is like towards the back or the front of the house, and so I wanted to just keep it very simple, also make sure that there was a room for your Sims to get to the balcony. So with the door placement, it kind of solidified the layout of this bathroom. And I do switch out the shower tub combo for just a shower because your Sims don't need to be dragging their toddlers all the way up here for a bath unless they're both really stinky at the same time. Then I would see why you would need to shower and bath combos, but I just did it so you don't have to question why your Sims took their toddler all the way upstairs and now their toddler can't get back down to the first level. But anyway, we are getting close to the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I post new videos every single Tuesday, and I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!